My name is Chris Cook. I'm the Managing Director of the Office of Communication and Marketing at Texas Tech University and Texas Tech Public Media. Texas Tech University is full of great communicators, and together we hope to bring you perspectives and insight that can help you in your field. Communication is what we do every day, and it's intricately connected to our success and failures. This is Communicators in a Cart. If you attended Red Raider orientation over the last decade, you are familiar with the work of Zach Manning in the Office of Transition and Engagement. Orientation oftentimes is the final step to becoming a college student, and Zach and his team do a great job sharing the Texas Tech experience with incoming students and helping their families feel comfortable with this life-changing event. Mr. Manning.
Mr. Cook.
How you doing, sir?
Doing good, yourself?
Good. Good to see you. You guys getting cranked up?
It's almost time.
You have time for a break?
Always.
Coffee?
Sure.
Let me hear about what you guys have going on.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Ready
go.
to go?
Yeah.
All right.
Follow you out.
All right. Thanks, sir.
So how long you been here?
I started grad school in fall of '06.
Okay.
And then I started working in, my first day was April 1st, 2007.
So, all right, so April 2007. What was your role that day? What was your first job?
So I started out working with Red Raider Camp
Okay.
and Summer Reading Program and Raider Welcome. And then in 2009 is when we were told to combine camp and orientation. So
Right.
that's whenever I started working with orientation.
So when they were separate, what
Yeah.
is the difference between the two?
Well, I mean, back in the day, camp was all spirit and traditions, and it still is. So it's, we were able to bring it back in 2014 because we moved orientation from a 3-day to a 2-day program. And so orientation is really kind of business. It's, it's meeting your advisor, registering for classes, it's talking to financial aid, business services, but they still get to do some fun stuff.
How many students do you typically get?
At camp?
Yeah.
So last year we maxed out at 630, but this year we're opening up to 1,000 students. So,
And they want to do that. It's not
they
because they
love
come
it.
here for orientation.
Right.
But then you
right.
go to another site for
Yeah.
Raider Camp, and they absolutely, that's good. That's great. What are those brainstorming sessions like when you plan, unless each summer is the same, but how do you plan the different events and the different programs that you present to students?
A lot of it's student driven. It's just listen to our students
They know
right
what
there
they
in the
want.
moment.
Yeah. Right.
And we're very much if it's not working, we're going to fix it right then and there. So as much as we might have 20 sessions scheduled, if something's not working in session 1, session 2 is going to look different.
Right.
And we listen to our crew. That's our students that work orientation. So if they're saying something's broke, we're going to work on it, and we're going to change it up right then and there.
How many people does it take to, you talk about student driven, but
Yeah.
how many people does it take to put on orientation each year?
Yeah, so our pro staff, we've got 7 pro staff, we've got 3 graduate assistants, we've got a NOTA intern. We'll have about 35 students working each summer. So we'll have 35 students work kind of summer 1 and 35 students work summer 2. So it's a hefty undertaking, but they do a great job, and they bring a lot of energy, which helps. Because those students, like you were saying earlier, they're excited to be here.
Right.
It's something different. It's new.
It's not home.
It's not home. It's exactly.
That's key. Yeah.
But so it's a big group. It's a big undertaking.
How does Raider Camp fit into this?
Red Raider Camp. So Red Raider Camp is the extended orientation. So obviously students come to orientation. If they want to be a student at Texas Tech, they have to come to orientation. But the students who really want to be connected and in the know whenever school starts in the fall, they come to Red Raider Camp. And so orientation takes place, and then pretty much immediately following, so late July and August is when Red Raider Camp takes place. So those students, that's just fun. Red Raider Camp is a lot of fun. It's high energy, and they're just always going, and it's great to watch those students, because when they come in, they might be a little timid, a little really nervous about coming to Texas Tech, but by the end of it, I mean, they drank the Kool-Aid.
They've made friends.
Oh man, they've got the best friends. They already know who's going to be on their intramural team. They changed roommates, but they've got those connections, and they're excited.
So when do you start planning? Do you get a breather after this, or do you start planning immediately? You're already planning now for next year, aren't you?
Yeah, so we'll start looking at next year. We'll start looking at dates and schedules and things like that. But the fun thing is that we're not done with them at orientation. Like I said, we get to do the Raider Welcome, Hub City Fest, Convocation, all those types of events. Right. So we really get to see them through into the fall semester, which is really fun. And then by that time, we start hiring students again in November and October. So we'll start working with them all over again. But yeah, right now and during the summer, one great thing is, we got a lot of partnerships on campus, and we put some feelers out there and see what everybody's thinking. And we got some go-to folks.
How closely do you work with admissions, or is it just separate groups and you come together in the end?
Yeah, no, we work with them a lot, especially during the spring. They've got all their admissions events. We're there, we're represented. But it's a lot of communication back and forth. It's kind of like a relay race, they kind of hand off that baton, and we kind of take over with that transition from admitted to enrolled.
At Red Raider Camp, is that where you talk about traditions and spirit and introducing them to the true Texas Tech?
Yeah.
That's the Matador song, the fight song, and all those.
Yeah, and so it's great. We get to do bell circles, and so every student's out there with a bell. The best is when the master rider is there, because when we've got a bell circle with 200 students and the master rider is running circles around it. So that's awesome. We'll do bonfires. They're learning Raider power, Matador song, fight song, the history of the master rider. Why we have a dairy barn. They really know it all. So it's really neat to watch them learn all that sort of stuff. They have a lot of fun.
What is it about Texas Tech that you think, when these students come in, we know they're hooked. We've always heard, you get them to campus, you've got them hooked.
Yeah.
What is it that sells these students?
I think it's just the level of comfort with the people here. You know how it is. You walk around campus, it's the friendliest people, and their parents feel comfortable leaving them here. And little brother feels comfortable sending them off to school here. But they do. They found someone who looks like them, sounds like them, has a similar experience, a similar interest, and people genuinely care about them. I think that's the biggest thing, is that our faculty and staff show that care for them throughout the summer, and I think that's the biggest difference.
I want to visit something last year. This is more on a personal level.
Okay.
And I had the privilege, and it was a privilege, because to run you did a year-long. You had a certain set of miles that you set up on social media, and you ran those miles. I had the privilege, along with some others, to come finish the last 2 miles with you at Shallow Water Track. But talk a little bit about that experience, what it was, and what it meant to you.
Okay. I actually watched a friend do it all through 2016. I was like, man, it's a great idea. So December 2016 is when I put out the post that, if you like this post, I'll run 3 miles for you. And then that, she got 600 miles. I got 1,125, which was a lot more than I planned on. But then another connection, Mackenzie Broughton over in the College of Engineering, she said, you got to do something with this. You got to do this for charity. And so, looking around and realizing, there's a number of charities you can run for. And so one way, we talked about the Chicago Marathon, was getting to run that and being able to do it via a charity. So I challenged folks to donate, since they challenged me to run. And so running for Girls on the Run, which is a program for middle school age girls to promote self-esteem, self-confidence, and overall general health. So did that, raised money, and I'm running Chicago in 2018 now, in October. So I'm really looking forward to that. But it was a lot of fun. I think the cool thing was, again, just being here on campus, getting to run all over campus, getting to run with different people on campus. It was a lot of fun, and you know how great the running community is. Yeah.
Well, and also the charity you ran for is personal to you, with your family.
Yeah. I've got 3 daughters, which
and they joined you for quite a few of those miles.
Yeah, they load up, and we go 3 wide, and they love it. They love running, and now the oldest one's riding her bike, and we get to ride her bike to school, and the other 2 run with me, and it's crazy being a dad of all daughters.
Well, I think they like the donut runs.
Yeah,
I remember seeing the pictures of the donut runs.
Everybody loves to run for donuts, and that donut shop out there in Shallow Water, they know us well. We go out there usually about every Friday, but I usually get asked every morning if they got donuts in the morning.
Well, I think that's very admirable of you, to do that, not just in general, but also for your daughters. And
Yeah.
in Chicago, it's a great run. You're gonna have a good time there.
That's what you told me. It better be.
You know, I saw probably a lot more of the course than most people because I was out there longer, but it was a good time. It was great crowds everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Zach, this is great. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Chris.
Good luck
I
to you
appreciate
guys.
it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.